Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. For those who are new, please make sure you hit the red button down below and subscribe to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about my au pair experience in Paris. This is the part 2 video, and I will make sure I will link the part 1 video down below. I au paired in Paris, but to be more exact, I au paired in Villefranche, and Villefranche is just 10 minutes outside of Paris and 15-20 minutes away from Versailles, so it's in a relatively good location. So my contract was supposed to be for a year, and I ended up leaving within 4 months. Reason being is because it wasn't for me. I arrived in November and I left February 28th of this year, and my experience overall was good. It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. It was just good. I worked with 2 younger girls. They were 3 and 5 at the time, and I knew coming into the job that it'd be I knew that it'd be more responsibilities because the girls were so young, but I didn't realize how different the experiences would be from Annecy to Paris or to Villefranche. The thing that made it a huge difference, one being that the age difference, that played a huge role. Secondly, when I was in Annecy, it wasn't during the school year, it was during summer vacation. So I really didn't have much responsibility, like taking the boys to school or the different activities. Like, they were in camp majority of the day. So all I did was just, prepare them their dinner during the week and just made sure they took their bath and brushed their teeth and that sort of thing. And the weekends, I spent the whole day with them, and that was it. So my job was very, very relaxed, as opposed to working in the school year where it's totally different. There's just a lot more things you have to do. So my normal schedule would be me waking up anywhere between 6 to 6:35 and me getting myself ready, and then after that I would get the girls' breakfast ready, and then after that I would wake up the girls at 7 and then get their bath, and have them have breakfast and then brush their teeth, and then after that put their backpacks and coats, get that ready, then take them to school, and then come back, and then I would clean the bathroom a little bit, and then make up their beds if like the cleaning lady wasn't there on certain days and that sort of thing. And then if I had school, because I had school twice a week, I would go to school, and then I would come back from school. And then I would like have lunch, call my mom or something. That's what I usually did. And then, prepare their good day, which is like their snack, and then maybe do like meal prepping before dinner, just depending on the day and what the activities were. And then pick them up from school, take them to the activity directly, depending on the time, or depending on the day actually. And then come back home, get dinner ready, get them ready, take their bath, brush their teeth, do bedtime stories. So it was a very long day. It was a very long day, and just like I said, it depends on each day. Each day it was different because usually on Wednesdays the girls get out of school early, so that would be then like the whole day practically. And then it also depend because each day they had different activities, so that played a huge factor in it. So practically I was like a second mom because the family I was working for, they were a good family friend, and like the dad had worked in DC and the mom was in Paris. And so that's another thing. If you want to be in a pair, if you work with a single parent, it's a lot more responsibility because there isn't a second parent in the household. So that's just something to think about if you want to be in a pair. So because of that, that also increased my responsibilities, and it's something I didn't think about coming into it because when I was with my other family, I was with 2 parents that lived in the household the whole entire time. And so, things like that don't really come into your mind because you're not thinking about that, So that was also a huge difference. And so it was difficult in the sense of I felt like I wasn't getting the experience that I wanted. And it was more than I anticipated. The job was very demanding, like I said, more than I anticipated, and I thought that, I could stay and finish it in November, but I wouldn't be happy, and so I ultimately decided to do what was best for me. And as selfish as I might come across, at the end of the day, I didn't fly all the way from the US to babysit 24/7. That's how I felt. I really didn't have much time for myself, especially compared to what I had in Annecy. And I think that's something that I did a lot, is that I compared my two experiences, which I had to stop doing because it was totally different experiences. Like I said, Annecy is with two boys who were much older, 8 and 10. I was with them during the summertime. They were very independent, and like I said, they had camp, so that took away from you know, me having a lot of responsibilities. Like, it made my job a lot easier. And there was 2 parents in our household. Here it was a total opposite. And so once I stopped comparing the two, I realized, like, okay, you know, this is not for me. This is more than I anticipated, more than I, you know, that I took on. And I ultimately had a discussion with the mom about the situation. And that's the difficult part, because you have to be very, I guess, strategic or diplomatic about it, especially since we were family friends, and maintaining our relationship was the most important thing. And, you know, I told her the situation is how I felt, and luckily she was very understanding. She understood everything, and, you know, she was like, yeah, I could tell. I knew that you weren't in it and stuff like that, and I appreciate you coming to me. So it was good. We left, we parted ways on good terms, or we ended the contract on good terms. And yeah, yeah, so like I said, my experience, it wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. It was okay / it was good. I loved the girls, incredibly sweet, very intelligent girls. They were like my little translators. Like, I remember we would go somewhere and like I'd be like, hey, what is this? They would translate it for me, and they were also bilingual, which, you know, made my job easier, because I didn't have to speak to them in French. I had to speak to them in English, and just pretty much, you know, maintaining their English and just helping them with their grammar and that sort of thing. Which, it was great because, like I said, I didn't have any difficulty trying to communicate, because communication was fluid because I spoke English. But it kind of sucked a little bit because I wanted to learn French, and when you're practicing with the kids, you learn so much. But I mean, it is what it is.